that is dedicated to the African Holocaust. It is also known as the Maafa. And on the 9th of June, in collaboration with the people of the Sun Collective and Medgar College in Brooklyn, New York, we're going to be down at Coney Island, paying respect to the millions of bones of our ancestors who are lying in the briny waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Nubians and Caucasians alike always refer to my ancestors of over 400 years ago as slaves, and to I, as a descendant of slavery. Well, I am here to let you know that my ancestors, yes, our ancestors of over 400 years ago were not slaves, they were captives, and I am a descendant of that captivity. Born during the days of colonialism, bred through the era of capitalism. Slaves? Them never were slaves. Tricked, bought, and stolen, they were transported across the Atlantic Ocean. Chained together feet, neck, and hands, packed like sardines in a can. Many of them jumped over the sides only to be eaten alive. Yes, some of our people were responsible for assisting in some of those abominable acts. Sold on the auction block with no consideration to family ties. Brothers and sisters split up. Mothers and fathers split up. Never to see each other again in life. Were those the acts of a godly people? You tell me. Slaves? Them never were slaves. Under the massacre and whip they built a magnanimous empire for the Europeans. In the Spanish colonies, they were known as Cimarroons. And in the English colonies, they were known as Maroons. Two of the greatest Maroon leaders from Jamaica was a woman by the name of Nanny and a brother by the name of Joe. When Che Guevara and Castro started the revolutionary movement in Cuba, they went up into the Sierra Maestra Mountains, home of the Cimarroons. The largest rebellion that took place in Guyana was led by a brother by the name of Kofi Accra. In Suriname, they took their independence and went up into the hills, still maintaining their own civilization up to this point in time. Yes, in Brazil, the martial arts which was used to defeat the Portuguese is now known as a national dance. It is called capoeira. Yes, right here in America they fought and escaped. Fighting with Indians, migrating. One of the greatest leaders that I've ever known from America is undoubtedly Harriet Tubman. She didn't just escape. She went back and brought her parents, relatives, friends, and others that she knew nothing of. Never losing anyone. Last but not least, Haiti! They didn't just escape. They took their independence. Led by a brother by the name of Toussaint Dessalines, becoming the first independent African nation in the Western Hemisphere. Yes, our ancestors of over 400 years ago were not slaves, they were captives. And I am a descendant of that captivity. Yeah. You know, in paying homage, we also must pay homage to our women. That is the vessel in which we enter planet Earth. Blessed is the womb from whence I came. Yes, my mother, a goddess. A living goddess is my mother, and my mother's mother, and my mother's 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 mother. From out of their womb, I have descended. My mother, a living goddess. For it is in my mother's womb where my physical life upon this planet Earth began. As the sperm and the egg fertilized, becoming an embryo. It was the most peaceful zone that I have ever existed in. She twisted and turned, and I kicked whenever I felt like. She fed me nothing but the best. Pure water, clean air, and wholesome food. Giving me a healthy, strong full stop. Yes, my mother, a living goddess. A living goddess is my mother, and my mother's mother, and my mother's 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 mother. From out of their womb, I have descended. My mother, a living God. Grandma! Oh, what a beautiful, strong woman she was. I can still hear her voice as it echoed through the trees as she sat on the stool in front of the coal pot, fanning the fire. Black, gray, silvery hair with streaks of brown, no wrinkles in her face. Just lines depicting my grandma's age. My grandma was a tower of strength. I used to admire her as she walked erectly with a big brown wicker basket on her head, vending in Border Market. Grandma had a saying for everything. Hand wash hand, make hand come clean. You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Little dirty, just build big down. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. A fool and his money will soon depart. Everything that glitters is not gold. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Bad company, Barrett said, as he sadly shook his wounded head. If you know want mud, now go cry. Monkey no will live for jump on. Many times I still wish that my grandma was still alive so that I can continue to feed upon the well of her knowledge. Yes, my grandma. Yes, my grandma. Yes, my grandma. Yes, my grandma. Spirits of my grandma comes to me in the form of a butterfly, and that's no lie. Spirits of my grandma comes to me in the form of a butterfly, and that's no lie. She said, Menes, you have a job to do. Yeah. Remember, the pen is mightier than the sword, but please, don't go overboard. Deal with all of them, but do it with caution. Spirits of my grandma, spirits of my grandma comes to me in the form of a butterfly, and that's no lie. Spirits of my grandma, spirits of my grandma, spirits of my grandma. Yes, much respect to the women that has nurtured me, that has fed me, and that has kept me alive. Much respect. Much respect. Shay! Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. But don't ever let them take advantage of your generosity. Be firm and maintain your respectability. Be good, be good. Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. Remember, no one will be judged according to the color of their skin. Everyone will be judged according to the contents of their character. Be careful of the things you say, because the things you say may come back to haunt you someday. Be careful of the things you do, because the things you do will always live with you. Be good. Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. But don't ever let them take advantage of your generosity. Be firm and maintain your respectability. Be good. Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. Be good to the people that you pass on the way up. For you may have to pass those same people on your way down. Be good to the people you meet. Be good to the people in the streets. Be good to the people you meet. You know, this life is indeed a wonderful life. And I'd like to close off with a special piece of mine. And everything that I've recited here, as well as the two pieces that my good brother Ras Michael has recited, it's on my CDs that is on the inside. But I'd like to close off with this piece. Heal up and come again. Heal up and come again.
Heal up and come again.
Heal up
And come again. Heal up and come again.
heal up
And come again. Heal up and come again.
body, mind, spirit and soul. Body, mind, spirit and soul. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Ay, ay, yo, yo, yo. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul. Ay, ay, yo, yo, yo. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Follow me, body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Aye, you're catching it, you're catching it. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
You're coming close, you're coming home. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Ay, ay, yo, yo, yo. Heal up and come again. 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 Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Now for my friend, them is not around, them are like 6 feet in the ground. Some of them shot, some from natural cause. Some of them die from AIDS-related cause. Heal up and come again.
Heal up and come again.
Clean up, tell them my friend.
Heal up and come again.
Heal up and come again.
Heal up and come again.
Clean up, tell them my friend.
Heal up, tell them my friend.
So they crack, they never come back. Some are sell their body for a hit and that. Some of them they have a little problem at the home. Leave out the house and them gone and go. Meet up with a friend and tell them the goes. They say you're too young to be taking blows. I have a little something to ease your mind. Smoke a little this and you will be fine. That is how some of the stories begin. I don't have this space to tell you the end. Heal up and come again.
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 Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Body, mind, spirit and soul. Body, mind, spirit and soul. Body, mind, spirit and soul.
What a reality, what a reality.
Body,
Then we
mind,
close
spirit and
up.
soul.
We'll start off with Ras Michael. Come on.
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Oh, what a reality. We'll do one piece and then
Body, mind, spirit and soul.
Brother Ras Michael will close
you all know, police brutality is on the rise again, big time. Y'all listen to the news, y'all see how many black people get shot for no reason at all, excessive force used by cops. So you know I have to write a poem on that. So the name of this poem is called Criminals in Blue Uniforms. Criminals in blue uniforms are hated and scorned by me and my so-called brothers because they are criminals undercover. They have a lot of nerve, claiming they protect and serve. They beat black men senseless, leave them dead on the curb. Cops drive around there, bad as a gun. They have young Negroes on the run. They even arrest innocent black men for fun. Because white cops view all black men as guilty. But white cops are the true criminals, because their minds are pure. That's why when cops hear a black crime, they do not take the time to find real suspects, because racism is on their mind. Because white cops feel that the only way to prevail is to have as many black men as possible in jail. That is their way of trying to start a modern day plantation. And then slavery be brought back into the modern generation. Since I am hit to their plan, my mind is filled with frustration. Because most other black men do not have the same motivation to avoid the traps that are set and paying some deviation from getting arrested, becoming slaves in this nation. So blacks, please beware, because white cops do not care about which one of us goes to jail, and the system ain't fair to any black person who is up in court. And once you're found guilty, your freedom cannot be bought. That's why every black person in America must be warned to watch out for the criminals in blue uniforms.
Well, you know, Holmes said we got certain ways of dealing with the organizations that try to control society. You know, one of the first pieces of the poetry that I ever wrote, as a matter of fact, the first piece. I remember one day I was sitting in my house, and some friends came around, you know, and we were talking about how the government was being oppressive, how the army and the police were taking against it. And the words started to flow. And it went something like this. Them criminals that want to control me. Them criminals are trying out to school me. For centuries, Babylon locked me in chains. Them brutalize me ego and them tamper with me brain. Them make life a jail and them want me insane. But Jah said son and Jah said rain. Them criminals that want to control me. Them criminals are trying out to score me. They surround me with one to try to reach me with sin. Every corner got a liquor store selling gin. And look what suffering war can bring. But Jah said son and Jah said rain. Them criminals that want to control me. Them criminals are trying out to score me. Every little by integrity, they trample my identity. They try to make us servant and a slave out of me. But Jah know life is rebelliously. Earth, air, water, fire, all things are free. Them criminals that want to control me. Them criminals that try out to scold me. Them criminals. So that's how we treat them criminals, you know. Just because we come from the land that I love to say. 83,000 square miles of tropical rain. Mountains and rivers and valleys and dreams. The land that flows from beneath the sea. The grandeur of Kaijor and sun scenery. That tempted the greed of Sir Walter Raleigh. We keep on fighting to be free. Because we're living in a world of gangsters. We said we are living in a world of gangsters. We said we are living in a world of gangsters. And we are living in a world of gangsters. We are living in a world of gangsters.
give thanks to all the poets that participated in this historic event that Brother Menace indicated. We must say thanks also to Brother Mo, Baba Mosi, and Arawak Bookstore for having us. And it's good to know that Brother Ras Michael came all the way from Baltimore. And Brother Azor, everybody asking about this movie, you know, when we get where we will see this thing. You know, it's good to know that the name has another angle now. Okay.
Yeah, you see time with pins.
The name has been Africanized.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm now like the African bee. It's the Africanized bee. You know, it's now in the Americas. You mess with the African and you put him and you mix him up with all kind of things, he's going to be angry. So that's what the problem is. Okay, the next session, the next event will be May 19th. So this is a wonderful way of doing this, and I'm glad Brother Menace, the girl has come and got us going with it. We thought about it, but we were always looking at the weather, you know, and today was cloudy and expected to be inclement, so that didn't work out. But I mean, thanks again, everyone, for coming, and hope to see you next time. I hope I can have all the poets here again, and we hope that some others will come as well. Please, you know, spread the word. We're here every third Saturday of every month, if you can't remember the date. So we'll be doing this throughout the summer. Thank you very much.
Send your jet